Bellites fancy themselves free-spirited bards blown by the wind, but they've got enough gold to make Zenithar blush. Doesn't matter. This is where we'll find our answers. I don't know yet. I just know we have to look. Take this. It's a rare bit of magic called a memory stone. Grana Cerise gave it to Grandpa Lier the night before she supposedly murdered Priestess Rolain and fled. Maybe it'll show us something. Then you'll remember they hold their owner's memories inside them. I only learned about the stone's power a year ago, when a mage passed through Bravil and took an interest. He said memory stones only awaken in the place where the memory occurred. Aye, that's the hope. I know we face long odds on this. Magic stones and lost memories sound like storybook nonsense, but it's really all I've got to go on. How about we start our search on the ground floor? Like I said, the victim was one of the Bellites' high priests, a woman named Rolain. This was 60 years ago, mind, but my grandfather tells me the locals worshipped the ground she walked on. Thought she was a prophet, or something near to it. Look! The stone flashed! Did you see it? Try to use it. Something's happening. Is that... It's a memory! Who is that?
Salutations.
Laura's mercy!
I beg your pardon.
By the eight, what was that? A murder? Someone recorded a murder in that stone? Why would anyone do that? Wait, could this be related to the disappearances Grandpa Lier told me about? Aye. Way Grandpa Lier tells it, in the weeks before Rolain vanished, a handful of novitiates went missing. None of them were popular enough to raise an outcry. People said they must have just left, trying to get out from under Rolain's shadow. Grana Cerise helped all the novitiates, cleaning linens, tending to flowers, arranging sheet music. She knew everyone. These people probably would have pinned the disappearances on her too. But the story took a dark turn after Rolain's murder. The Bellites decided it must have been a conspiracy. The missing novitiates were all in on the plot. Now we see the truth of it. Can't be sure, but whoever murdered those novitiates might have murdered Rolain too. We should keep investigating. Another flash. Try the stone now. Not another one. It preserved me. It's so real. There's no doubt. Someone murdered the novitiates here and stored the memories in this stone. That's why Grana Cerise gave the stone to Grandpa. She knew something. She was hunting the murderer. I guess we should search the top floor. God's help us. She had an alibi. Grandpa Lier said they were on holiday during the first two disappearances. They visited the Topal Bay every mid-year. Plenty of witnesses. It wasn't her. I'm sure of it. It's our killer again. What's he doing? Gods, what is that? Magic? Did you see those gestures? Can you repeat them? Mara's mercy! Skeletons! Are those the murdered novitiates? I think I might... Come on, Fear. Keep it together. Find anything? What have you got there? A letter? Here, let me have a look at it. Oh, and can I have my stone back? I think I've had my fill of grisly memories for now. Clara, Ariel, Edgard. Yes, these were the novitiates. This should bring their families some closure, at least. It wasn't enough that the murderer killed the novitiates. She had to steal their souls, too? How would someone even do that? Huh. I've heard of soul gems before, but not black soul gems. I thought mages just used them on rabbits and goblins and such. These black ones can suck up the souls of men and mer? It preserve us. The ledger said the killer traded them, right? Never heard of them. But then again, honest carpenters like me don't do much business with soul-stealing wizards. It's all academic anyway. There's no way of knowing if the trade even took place. Unless that map you found contains a clue. I never told you how Priestess Rolain died, did I? She left to visit Leowyn in her carriage, along with her flower-bearer Cerise, my grandmother. They never arrived. Maybe this map shows where they went. Let's see where it leads, eh? Grandpa said there'd been talk about how Grana Cerise and the other junior priestesses of Dibella were greedy. When news came that Priestess Rolain had been murdered, none questioned they'd killed her. Instead, they burned Grandpa Lierre's home. I don't see how it could be anything else. Sadly, I imagine the angry people who burned down our home and chased Grandpa Lierre away are dead now, so they're beyond justice. Yet we can still clear my grandmother's name. We must, for Grandpa Lierre. You're asking me? I figured you'd know. Whoever they are, I guess they like souls? The ledger said that the killer was bringing black soul gems to trade for a reward of some sort. Maybe they're part of the Waking Flame cult the killer mentioned? So you do know about them. I figured. You seem to be taking this all so calmly, like you've seen all this horror and worse. So, these Waking Flame folks are still around? If our killer was one of them, that means they've been in Gideon for decades. By the 8, I hope not. I can't imagine how horrifying it would be to die, but not die. To be trapped forever in one of those black soul gems. Just thinking about it makes me feel like I want to vomit. I'm so glad I have you to protect me.
experience the thaumaturgical prowess of a master. I myself am no mere magician like those you'll find in the House of Revelry. I wield magic. I imbue it, shape it to my own delights and those of the people I favor. For some coin, I could favor you with a display of whatever your heart desires. A coin and I would be delighted to comply. What captivates your soul? To witness life through another's brows? The soar in freedom between the clouds? To see to those wrapped in shrouds? Into the air with you I command. There may be danger when you land.
Nothing wrong with a little opportunistic harvesting.
Look, there in the water. Could that be it? See what you can find. I'm afraid to ask, but I've got to. What did you find? Let me see. Yes! I've seen that seal too many times. See the flowers encircling the face? It's a symbol of Dibella. This is a High Priestess's signet ring. It can't be a coincidence. That skeleton is Priestess Rolain. We found her! So Priestess Rolain was transporting those? Why? Did Grana Cerise know about it? They left town together and vanished together. My grandmother's skeleton isn't here, so... By the 8. Could Priestess Rolain be the killer? Do you think... No, it couldn't have been Grana. She wasn't in Gideon when the novitiates were killed. The priestess had access to the treasury, had the ear of the people. It all makes sense, except how she died. We just... You should say hello, right? I'm right behind you. It's Grana Cerise, isn't it? She's been here in this cave all this time. Sorry for keeping you waiting. I'm sure uncovering murderous cults and meeting your grandmother's ghost is run-of-the-mill fodder for you. But for me, this is a bit much to take. I guess there was something to those dreams after all. I know. I should have told you from the start, but I didn't want to scare you off thinking I was crazy or something. It started a month or so ago. A ghostly young woman rouses me from my bed every night and stares at me. Like she wants something. I know it is. She just stared us both in the face and guided us to her remains, right? But what now? She put an end to Rolain's plot, but no one will believe me. The Gemains will keep getting stepped on. They'll say I faked the whole thing. That might actually work. Keshu the Black Fin and her Argonians couldn't give two croaks about Dibella and her flock. Keshu's war mage, Fire from Nowhere, knows local history. He might just listen. Grana Cerise gave us the proof. Let's use it.
No sign? Good. Carry on. Son's greetings, Biko. Your friend's eyes seem gray with worry. What troubles you both? Rolain. Ah, yes, the prophet woman these smooth skins mourn. She's been dead for a very long time, but still they cry. It is very strange. But that is the Imperial way, I guess. What did you discover? Something to quiet their hearts, I hope. Well then, that is not what I expected you to say. If this is true, there will be a great wailing in the Dibelosium. Disbelief also. They curse the woman Cerise Germain, and all who hatch from her clutch. Your proof must be hard as stone. I can tell you speak the truth. In the name of Keshu, I claim the Breton Ferric Germain as my charge. I place my hand upon the Hist and swear no harm will befall him here, and the truth of this will come to light no matter how grim.
Thank the Eight for Fire from Nowhere, and for you. I never could have accomplished this without your help. I can't believe it's over. These zealots will finally know the truth. I guess I'll stay in Gideon until we put this matter to rest for good. I want to see these people's faces when they come to terms with what really happened. Then, it's back to Bravel in my woodshop. Sooner the better. Thanks, hero. For everything. If I didn't trust Keshu and her Argonians to protect me, I'd flee right now. I'm sure there are plenty of people in Gideon who will want me dead for what I know. But I'm staying. Grana Cerise was a hero, and I won't let her down. Relieved? Honestly, I started all this to get the people of Cyrodiil off my family's back, and to get a full night's sleep. Not exactly selfish, but not a righteous crusade either, you know? But now that I know what Grana went through... Aye, and sadder. But we sorted it right. Spirits at rest, remains recovered, souls returned. I hope. This is as happy an ending as we could hope for, given the circumstances. Just makes me damn glad I'm a carpenter and not a full-time
well. Donalon's apprentice is no true baker.
This will ruin Chef Donalon for sure.
Those sneaky, envious, sorry excuses for bakers. Father warned me to be wary, but for them to swarm like vultures right after he set sail? Oh, sorry. It's just that my father is counting on me and everything has gone wrong. To prepare our renowned Jubilee cakes for the new season, of course. Apologies. I'm Moog, apprentice to my father, the patron of pies himself, Chef Donalon. But thanks to those vultures, there may not be any cakes this time around. Ever since Father began his journey of culinary exploration, his rivals have made things difficult. They spread lies, even stole my ingredients. Could you help? Fling pies to embarrass them and recover the ingredients for the Jubilee cake? Take these flinging pies and throw them at Chef Zeram and Chef Banel. That will teach them. Then grab the ingredients they stole. My father's special flour blend and my mix of essential sugars. I'll reward you well for helping me, traveler. Oh, ever since I was this high to a cane stalk and he encountered me alone in the moon sugar fields. He was collecting stalks when he found me. He said I was a sweet surprise. I was just a cub, but it was the best day of my life. Because Father, Chef Donalon, gave me purpose. I was an orphan, on my own, trying to survive and failing terribly when he found me. I helped him finish gathering stalks and became his apprentice from that moment on. After our first meeting? Oh, no. But the taste of that sweet roll he made me was a revelation. I helped him with all sorts of small tasks until he handed me a whisk and asked if I wanted to be his son. I can't fail him now. I just can't. He called it a journey of culinary discovery. He's sailing to ports across Tamriel to sample the regional cuisine. He plans to bring back new recipes to make our cakes and pies even better. He left me here to prepare this season's Jubilee cake. Oh, it most definitely is. A singular honor and also a test of my skill as a baker. I'll need to use everything Father ever taught me to replicate his renowned recipe. And I plan to make a couple of adjustments to make this version my own. Of course, but always while assisting my father. This is the first time Chef Donalon has allowed me to try such a complicated recipe on my own. It shows he trusts me and thinks I'm ready. I hope I don't prove him wrong. Oh, ever since I was this high, because Father, after our first meeting, he called it a journey. Then you've tasted the most amazing cake ever to come out of a brick oven. I'm hoping that my take on Father's famous recipe comes close to matching his masterpiece. That is, if I actually get a chance to make it.
Pie filling in my eye. And do I taste gore apple? Gore apple gives me hives.
flung a pie at me? I hate pie.
Your skill at pie throwing is quite excellent, my friend. And it was only a matter of time before those so-called bakers' false claims came back to hit them in the face. Were you also able to recover my sugar and Father's flour blend? You, my friend, are a miracle worker! Now that I have my missing ingredients back, and my father's annoying rivals have run off, I can finally start baking. But of course, this is the moment I've trained for. The moment I've dreamed of. And, as an additional thanks for aiding me, you not only get to witness the splendor of its creation, you get to taste the first slice. Now, let me work. Add the sugar and flour, 12 eggs, whisk 3 times, no more, no less. Just like Father. Out of the oven and... perfect! All it needed was to fling some pies and meet you, my friend. Behold, this season's Jubilee cake! Decadent and delicious, as only a true Chef Donalon recipe can be. Hopefully I have done my father proud and showcased all the skills he taught me. In fact, he inspired my version of his ultimate creation. Chef Donalon has spent his life trying to unite Tamriel through delicious desserts. My Jubilee cake represents his passions and efforts. Qualities he has passed down to me. Now please, accept this with my thanks, friend. And try a piece of cake.
What do you want?
Don't look away.
Vondacia, a cultist. Gideon will help in any way we can.
Thank you, Governor. Ah, here's my partner now.
Master name had to set chrysanthemum to music. Never again.
I'll mind my own business, if you mind yours.
It's not boasting if you're right. I haven't warmed up yet.
I don't have to explain myself to you.
One taste and you'll never want to eat anything else. mana? Oof, no, that's terrible.
If my master comes looking, say you haven't seen me.
I use only the finest ingredients in my dishes.
Are you talking to me? Without a proper introduction?
Counselor Von Dacia, a traitor and a Daedric cultist. I can't believe he had us all fooled for so many years. But that's a matter for another time. Evely tells me you have a lead for finding these so-called ambitions. Counselor Leviticus was right to send you to me. In Argonian, Ogel Bach roughly translates as Pit of the Outsider. There is a natural formation to the south that bears the name. Unfortunately, it lies in territory claimed by the Sulzan tribe. The Sulzan are a savage people, Nagas, who revere the forces of death and chaos. You must traverse their land to reach the Pit of the Outsider. The Nagas recognize no authority other than themselves and their leaders. They do not welcome visitors. South of Stone Wastes, in the heart of Sulzan territory, I suggest caution and stealth. Try to avoid starting a war with the tribe if you can at all help it. Bring whatever you find back here. Gideon will keep it safe, I assure you. Ogel Bach, the Pit of the Outsider. It's a natural formation located south of Stone Wastes. Just proceed carefully, as it lies in the heart of Sulzan territory. I suggest you meet Evely on the outskirts of their territory and go from there.
My master comes looking, say you haven't seen me.
Most travelers...
Nice haul. Ready to make our way into hostile territory? We need to find this pit of the outsider, see if the vault is there, and reach the ambitions before the Order of the Waking Flame beats us to them. Well, you heard Governor Keshu. This is Sulzon territory. We want to avoid contact with this hostile tribe of Argonians if at all possible, but we need to reach the pit of the outsider. Also, I had another one. Another waking vision. Happened when I got here. I think that strange book is trying to tell me something. I saw these weird cubes with symbols on them. Symbols like the ones in the book I'm carrying. I'm not sure what it all means. I want to find the vault. With any luck, we're way ahead of Vandasi and his cultists. Maybe we can get in, grab the weapons, and get back to Gideon before anyone even notices that we're around. Are you ready? Remember to avoid the Sulzon, but keep an eye out for the Waking Flame cultists. I wouldn't be surprised if we run into them before too long. Now, let's go find the pit of the outsider. Just what you'd expect, I imagine. They are bloodthirsty savages who revere death and chaos, after all. Be ready to fight. That's all I'm saying. It's possible, I guess, but we haven't seen any evidence of that up to this point. Look, we won't find out any more if we just stand here and talk about it. Let's get going, all right? I only ever seem to find musty grain and spuds. Hey, that shouldn't be there.
Ah, little mortals. Come speak to me. There you are, little mortal. It seems we once again find ourselves on the trail of the same mystery. I expect we can aid one another in the events that are about to unfold. Since we last met, I have been watching the activities of the Order of the Waking Flame. I followed a couple of their scouts to this location and discovered this charming Daedric vault. I believe the ambitions that you seek are locked inside. Unfortunately, the vault is warded like the Imperial annexes. Wards designed to repel Daedra, including me. Remove the wards and open the way, and we will both have our curiosity satisfied. Oh, and about that strange book that the elf carries. When the wood elf and I crossed paths when she first learned of Leovik's secret, I sensed something unusual about her. It's the book she carries. It's an ancient and powerful tome of questionable origin. I believe the book to be the Mysterium Xarxis, a tome penned by Mehrunes Dagon himself. Or so they say. Whatever the truth of its origins, the tome is both powerful and dangerous. Evely must place it on the lectern to disable the wards. I dealt with one of the scouts. She will not bother anyone again. The other may have slipped away while I was studying the vault's exterior. So I suggest you pick up the pace. The cultists could return in force at any moment. Remember, while the wards are in place, none of us can enter the vault. Use the book the Wood Elf carries to disable them and open the way. Once the wards are down, I shall meet you inside. Now hurry! The waking flame could arrive at any moment. You cannot see it. The exquisite workmanship. The otherworldly crafting. This vault was not forged by mortal hands. In fact, I believe it was constructed in the lava crucibles of the Deadlands. It was definitely built to contain something powerful. Curiosity, little mortal. How else am I to fill the endless days of immortality? I collect secrets, and I long to learn the truth of the Longhouse Emperors and their mysterious bargain with the Prince of Destruction. Now, go deal with those wards. Need is such a specific word. I do not need anything, little mortal. I am quite content to find a new distraction and leave your pitiful world to the Prince of Destruction. However, if you do decide to open the vault, I shall aid you as I can. The wards not only serve as powerful locks, they are designed to specifically keep Daedric entities such as myself from passing through them. While merely an annoyance for a mortal, to me, the wards are deadly. Enough. The Daedric Vault awaits. Dagonists and Dremora familiar with such things say it was scribed in the deserts of the Deadlands. I did some research after I sensed the Wood Elf had it. An artifact of great and evil power, it is said that merely handling it could be dangerous. That I do not know. Artifacts related to Daedric princes often possess a corrupting influence. At the least, she will probably feel a sense of discomfort if she hasn't experienced it already. She should guard it well, but tread carefully.
All right, I'm placing the book as Lyrinth suggested. You check out those cubes. What did I tell you? Isn't she a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day? I placed the book like she said. And those cubes, they're just like the ones in my vision. Let's see if we can figure out how to remove the ward on that door. Look at this place.
Well done, little mortal. Now I must explore.
We open the door and Lyranth just rushes ahead without us? Figures. Well, I guess we should start looking around too. Everything we learned so far indicates that the Daedric weapons should be in here somewhere. It all comes back to Emperor Leovic's secret. How he hid the four ambitions before Varen reached Imperial City and killed him. We don't know exactly what these four ambitions are, but the documents indicated they're Daedric weapons of some sort. Yup, and Lyranth thinks they could arrive here at any moment. Let's look around. Oh hey, one more thing. The book sort of started to tingle the moment we entered the vault. Just thought you should know. The Mysterium what now? Never mind. I can worry about that later. Right now we have a job to do. I want to find out what's so important that Leovic had to stick it in a warded and sealed Daedric vault.
Bringing a book for travel is well worth the pack space. Shame they're so heavy.
open to the vault.
I'm going to.
Uh-oh. Another warded door ahead of us. There's another ward on the door ahead. Ready to see if we can open it? Only one way to find out. I'll place the book on the lectern. Then we'll see what happens. Then here we go. The book is really tingling. Get ready to turn the cubes after I place the book. It's almost as though it wants to help us open the door. That did something. Keep going. You match the second symbol. Never mind. We need to lower that drawbridge. There must be a lever or a switch around here someplace. Now we can get across. Let's keep moving. Lava and an ominous sky? Oblivion stuff is weird. Disturbing and terrifying, but pretty.
Kill them or run away? Well, no, I guess they wouldn't. Maybe they should try that. I guess this is a fight now.
Where you had gotten to. I need you once again. Little mortal, I can proceed no farther. Another ward bars my way. Deal with it, will you? Yes, this interior is littered with the damn nuisances. Disrupt it so that we can continue our search. I do not believe we have much time before the Dagonists arrive. Very perceptive. The construction is imbued with a magic that allows the vault to behave as if it were a small pocket of oblivion. In a way, I suppose it is. Those exterior portions you pass through, that's where the Deadlands and Nirn coexist. It's all part of Mehrunes Dagon's master plan. He believes Nirn belongs to him, and he has long sought a way to combine his Oblivion realm with the mortal world. Perhaps the ambitions are another step in that direction. Now, open the door.
Another ward. Damn! I'll place the book. You turn the cubes. Protection.
How's this, sister?
More dramatic, Destron. More panache.
Kalia, just make sure it actually looks like me this time.
Oh, brother. I always capture the real you.
People? Where are the Daedric weapons?
Who are these intruders?
I sense the cultists. They're close. Wood Elf, check the other side of those doors.
Careful, brother. They look dangerous.
Dangerous? We're heroes! All right, Lyrinth. I'll scout ahead. You talk to them, partner.
I knew I felt something strange. Like glass shattering in the distance. Who are you, and why have you disrupted the wards? The Four Ambitions? A curious phrase. Pray tell, what are these four ambitions you seek? Weapons? We have no weapons here, at least none that I'm aware of. Feel free to look around if you like. Perhaps you'll find what you're looking for. Perhaps not.
Explain yourself. Who are you, and why have you invaded our sanctum? Four ambitions? As in an earnest desire or something to aspire to? How can an idea such as that also be a thing? Weapons? There are no weapons here. Just my sister Kalia, myself, and our caretakers. Teachers used to visit in the past, and the Emperor. But we haven't seen another living soul in many years. Look around if you must, but then leave us in peace.
Destron says my talent has improved.
blind? Those are my personal thoughts.
Interesting. A totem revering Mehrunes Dagon.
Hey! We've got trouble! I need you!
See to Evelyn. I shall get Kalia and Destron to safety.
Vandasia's cultists have arrived. We need a plan. Portals opened all around me, and suddenly there were cultists everywhere. Well, we did take down all the wards that protected this place. I put arrows in as many of Vandasia's crazies as I could, but the rest of them scattered. Deeper into the vault. Damn, this place is enormous. I assume you didn't happen to find the Daedric weapons back in that other room?
What's going on? Where are we going?
Whatever happens, stay close to me.
Get back, you betcha!
They broke the wards and our portals did the rest.
The waking flame claims the ambitions from Mehrunes Dagon!
Do you want to brag about that, or should I?
Are an ambition. The High Priest has great plans for you.
Destron, what should we do?
Exactly what we were trained
I think we may have found those weapons.
I heard the battle in the Fevered Muse was touch and go. I'm glad you won the day.
Those people, they wanted to take us away. Yes, but I never saw him unleash that much raw power in a single burst, or against living targets. Obviously, our training has served us well. Destron has always been more powerful, but if you're asking if I can defend myself, I won't let anyone take us from here without our permission.
They wanted to take us away. Me and my sister, I couldn't let them do that. You think so? When they charged in here and demanded we go with them, I just had a bad feeling. I really didn't mean to obliterate them like that. I'll have to take your word for it. With our sanctum breached and our caretakers dead, we can't stay here. We'll go with you, if that's all right.
And so the secret finally becomes clear. The ambitions aren't just weapons. They are mortals of a sort. Obviously, these two have been imbued with immense power. Power that has a distinct Daedric tinge to it. I have learned enough. For now. The mystery intrigued me. I wanted to know what the ambitions were and why the Dagonist wanted them. Now I know. Or at least, now I have some idea. Vandacia is a mortal problem, best dealt with by mortals. In the meantime, I wish to look into how these ambitions gain their power. I have my own avenues to explore. But do not fear. I am sure we shall meet again. In fact, I guarantee it.
Destron and Kalia, the twins. They're the ambitions. Well, at least there are two of them. I have to say, I did not expect the weapons to be people. Whatever. Vandacia and his cult still want to get their hands on them. Obviously, we have to protect them. Get them somewhere safe. Especially since we're the ones who unlocked their vault and gave the cultists a way to get inside. Good question. Leowen is still reeling from the cult's last assault, but Governor Keshu offered to help. I say we take the twins to Gideon. After that, we can figure out how to locate and secure the other two ambitions, whoever they are. Come with me, you two. It's not safe here anymore.
You want us to go outside?
Time to say goodbye to this place, Kalia. It will be a new adventure.
These two will be safe here in Gideon, Evely. You have my word.
Thank you, Governor.
It's not boasting if you're right.
Evely led us through the wilderness and into this city. Everything seemed so strange and different. I didn't see any molten rivers, and the sky is an unusual shade of blue.
Are you talking to me? Without...
Our sanctum was spacious, but the world outside, it's huge. I think this is going to take some time to get used to.
I don't have to explain myself to you.
You did well to bring these twins to Gideon. I will make sure that they are well protected. Is it true, though, what Evely told me? These are the ambitions you sought? Yes, Evely was telling me about that. Daedric weapons in the guise of Imperial hatchlings. Interesting. Feed them, provide them with a place to rest. We'll keep them safe. But what about you? Do you have any ideas on how to find the remaining ambitions, or what to do about Vandacia and his cult? I suggest you discuss your options with Evely. For someone so recently out of her egg, she has remarkable instincts, and a good heart. Anything I can offer would be a guess. You and Evely are much more familiar with the situation than I am. For my part, I will gather the Blackfin Legion and make sure the twins are comfortable and safe. On that, you have my word. As I told Evely, a courier arrived shortly ahead of you. After you and your partner finalize your plans, make sure to talk to them. They were quite insistent that they be allowed to deliver their message directly to you.
One taste and you'll never want to eat anything.
Well, we found 2 of the ambitions and kept them out of the cult's hands. Now we just have to find the other 2 and deal with Vandacia. Not yet, but I'm sure something will occur to us. It usually always does. In the meantime, take this. Your share of our compensation from Leowyn. I couldn't have found the twins and saved them without your help. Thanks. While Governor Keshu takes care of Destron and Kalia, we need to determine our next move. I wonder if Captain Rian has any news about Vandacia. Oh, I almost forgot. Keshu mentioned that a courier arrived for us. They're waiting to deliver a message. Maybe Captain Rian or Councillor Leviticus? Maybe they sent news about Vandacia. I'm sure that stinkweed is still out there, searching for the other ambitions. And the twins too, I suppose. Vandacia won't stop until we stop him. Talk to the courier. Find out who sent them and what news they've brought us. I mean, provided you're still willing to stick around and help. Technically, I suppose you've already finished the job Captain Rian hired you to do. So, what do you say? The courier's waiting right over there. Talk to them and find out what they've brought us.
Life is hard for the city, but a man.
This letter is for you, mercenary. I was told to make sure this letter reached you directly, mercenary. I am to remain until I am sure you have read it. He did not introduce himself. He just gave me the letter and my instructions, along with a generous amount of gold. The gentleman did ask if I knew of any establishments that serve mud crab goulash, but that was the extent of our interaction.
Well, what does the letter say?
My master comes looking. Say you haven't seen me.
Well, did the letter say anything important? An anonymous letter asking us to come by ourselves to a creepy old manor? Nothing suspicious about that. Well, I don't suppose we have any better leads. I'll meet you there.
The Dark Elf Saint Veloth. His spirit apparently lingers at his shrine. I find that rather disturbing.
About time. I was beginning to think I'd hired the wrong courier. So, did you get my message? I was worried I'd hired one of those incompetent couriers. You know, the ones who take your gold and then toss your letter into the dung heap. I've had to eliminate more than a few of those in my time. Right to business. I wanted to ask you if you tried the swamp eel in a blackberry wine sauce at the Egg and Hammer. I hear it's the specialty of the house. Anyway, Vandacia. I did some digging and I came up with this place. Amnis Manor. Well, I got to thinking. A cult like the Waking Flame doesn't pay for itself. It needs wealthy donors, am I right? Of course I am. Anyway, Mattus Amnis. He's a known supporter of Vandacia, and a closet Dagonist. Generous, too, I hear. Hey, I can't do everything. Search the manor. Rumblings in the back alley say that something big is about to happen. An event of some sort. And Vandacia's stink is all over it. Maybe something here will point you to it.
it took me so long to get here. Let's look around.
I have dreams about getting streets flooding.
Vandacia might be at the Salvito estate near Blackwood Lake? But what sort of event are they talking about?
My day began too early, but tonight I'll get some rest.
That's just the cover letter. The detailed invitation is missing, and so is the coin. The wardrobe's empty. Looks like Amnes has already left for the event, whatever it is. I think that's everything we're going to find. Let's take another look at the evidence and see if we can figure out what's going on here. Right. Says that's located near Blackwood Lake. It also mentions some sort of event, and I think both Amnes and whoever sent this letter are part of the Order of the Waking Flame. Actual Dagonists right here in Gideon. Can you imagine? I was thinking the same thing. Could he have found the other two ambitions? And are they people too? Cracked acorns. Mysteries make my head hurt. I'd much rather have a clear target so I can fill it full of arrows. Sounds like getting to the event requires a voyage and a special coin of some sort. Since we don't have a coin or an invitation, we should go to the Salvito estate next. I think it's to the north of Gideon, near Blackwood Lake. I'll meet you there.